Hello guys, Ivan here and welcome to a new video. Today we'll talk about the upcoming tariffs from the April 2nd, 25% on all foreign cars which will be imported into the United States. But in this video I want to focus on German premium cars and the very easy way how we can differentiate cars which could be affected and which will not be 100% affected is we'll take a look where the cars are actually manufactured. If they are manufactured in the US, they will be not affected by this tariff. Let me know what do you think will happen with the tariffs in the comment section down below. I'm actually really curious to hear your opinion and thoughts, so definitely let me know. So let's start with the Mercedes-Benz. So Mercedes-Benz has a plant in Tuscaloosa in Alabama in the US, and all cars which are made here in this plant will not be affected by the tariffs. The plant was founded in 1995, so it's like 30 years ago. Quite, as you can see, big plant. So let's check out first this AFFALTERBACH, that's the home of AMG, and no cars are made here, only the engines. So if the engine is imported, let's say the GLS 63 or GLE 63, those are made in the Alabama, in the US. So if the 63 engine, which is handcrafted, is imported into the United States, that will need to be taxed 25%. And so that's about the engines, or 4 cylinders for the C63, let's say C43 GLCs. Beijing, I don't think any cars are actually imported directly from Beijing into the US. Next we have a Bremen, Germany, which is a quite significant plant. So here is made C-Class, but not the sedan, the estate, which I don't think is not sold in the US. So we can skip this. Then we have the CLE. So that's made in Bremen in Germany. This could be affected by the 25%, GLC as well, SL Roadster as well, and EQE as well. USA actually makes a Sprinter as well in Charleston, South Carolina. So that's not affected by the tariff. Next we have a C-Class sedan. That's actually in the South Africa, so that could be imposed by the tariff. China we can skip. Also some car parts in Hamburg in Germany. Next we have a Hungary plant in Kecskemét. So that's where the A-Class, B-Class, CLA and EQB is made, but the brand new CLA next gen will be made actually in this plant, the Rastatt in Germany. So that's also what could be imposed by 25%. These are the engines in different cities in Germany, also imposed. That's the Sprinter, Malaysia, we can skip this, India, that's local, and this is the Rastatt plant in Germany. So A-Class, B-Class, B-Class is not sold in the US, GLA and EQA. So those are sold in the US, I believe, the GLA for sure, and A-Class is not anymore. Now the Singapore, and that's the main plant. That's the headquarters. So E-Class, sedan and estate are made there, and they are also sold in the US. S-Class, the flagship of course, is sold in the US. EQS sold as well. GT 4-door GT Coupe as well. And it looks like that's it for the main plant. Then in Stuttgart we have some other components as well for the car. And Vance, Alabama, but this is probably for the Tuscaloosa. Yeah, Vance is a town in Tuscaloosa. Okay, so GLE, GLS, EQE SUV, EQS SUV. So those are made in the local plant, and those will be not affected for sure. And also on the Mercedes-Benz Group website we can see Mercedes-Benz GLE, GLS, GLE Coupe, Mercedes-Maybach GLS, Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. Then we have the EQE SUV and the EQS SUV. So those will not be affected for sure by the tariffs because they are made in the US. And that's essentially it in terms of the list of the Mercedes-Benz factories. Alright, so let's check out the BMW factory. So in Spartanburg in the US, which sounds like a German city, Burg. Yeah, the Burg sounds like a German city, Spartanburg. That's in Greer, South Carolina. So all cars which are made here will not be affected. So those are the X3, X4, X5S, X6, X7 and XM crossover SUVs. So those will not happen. Those will not be affected by the tariffs. You can see the list here as well. And all others could be affected by the tariffs. So next we have a Porsche. This will be quick. Porsche has 0 factories in the United States. So you can see the list of the factories. In Germany, you can see Leipzig, Weissach and Zuffenhausen, which is the HQ. And you can see the list of models. Then Slovakia, Cayenne is actually made in Slovakia. And then for the whole world, in the VW factory actually. And then we have the China, Malaysia, that would be like a local, actually the Cayenne for Malaysia market only is made in Malaysia, okay? And then Shanghai Research and Development Center. So yeah, 0 essentially. So all Porsche models could be affected by the tariffs, which is a much worse position than for the Mercedes and BMW. Next, Audi. Reuters, that's the Audi Club North America. And they are saying about the 25% tariff. And while the trade and tariff negotiations are still very much in process between nations, the car companies are moving ahead with their own plans. Audi, which currently has no production base in the US, plans to make its most important cars for the US market in the region and will announce a specific site this year. So Audi is looking to have a factory, which is a logical move in the US, like the competition Mercedes-Benz and BMW. However, that could be like a part of some Volkswagen VW factory plant, or maybe entirely separate. We will see. So what I was listening to other news, they were saying that even if the factory would start, any factory would start to build right now, it will take about 2.5 years to start the production of this new factory, like different brands. Could be Japanese brand, any brand. So I can tell you that this sounds right, because you need supply chain and all other things which are needed for a factory. So it's not that easy to just move, like flip a switch and move a factory. So in the end, we will see what will happen. So next, let's check out the Finance Yahoo. I have it on the reader. So Porsche, Mercedes face 3.7 billion USD hit from the Trump tariffs. Porsche AG and Mercedes-Benz Group AG will be hit hardest by President Donald Trump's latest trade salvo, facing a potential 3.4 billion euros or 3.7 billion USD blow from the new US tariffs on imported cars. Trump's additional 25% duties to be collected from April 3rd could wipe out around a quarter of Porsche and Mercedes' projected 2026 operating earnings, according to Bloomberg Intelligence. To offset the impact, manufacturers may have to raise prices or shift more production to the US. Next, German car makers are most at risk as they send more vehicles to the US than to any other country, including many of their high-margin combustion engine models like Porsche 911 sports car and Mercedes S-Class sedan. Porsche and Mercedes shares both declined as much as 5.7% in Frankfurt, with BMW AG dropping 4.9%, Volkswagen AG, which also owns Audi and Lamborghini, fell as much as 4.3%, while Aston Martin Lagonda Global Holdings slumped 8.9% in London. Trump's latest move is a fatal sign of free and rules-based trade, said Germany's VDA Cars lobby, urging Brussels to negotiate with Washington for a deal. Beyond the country's biggest automakers, the levies also threatened to hurt parts makers, including Robert Bosch and Continental, which is making tires. Next in the article we can see that Porsche, which is struggling with lower sales in China, may be the most exposed, and the luxury car market has steadily grown in the last 15 years in the US, which just overtook China as its top market. But of course, as we talked, because Porsche doesn't have any factories, they need to bring all the cars from the outside of the US. And of course, the Porsche's market value is now less than a half what it was in May 2023 when the stock peaked. Alright, so let's talk about the stocks. And now let's go ahead and check out the stocks. So the stocks, this is Mercedes-Benz Group AG. If we go and take a look at the 1 week, so we can see here at 26 March, so that was yesterday, probably the time when was announced the tariff. So it went down from, let's say, 58 to 54, but now it's go a little bit up, 56, 55. Next, let's check out the BMW. 1 week once again, you can see the drop, similar percentage in terms of the numbers, from like 80, let's say, to the 76. Now it's a little bit up, 77, so yeah, it recovered a little bit. And next, let's check out the Porsche. Same story, around the same time, around 37, went down to like a 36, and it stays there. Now if we check out the VW Volkswagen AG, same story, it went down and then a little bit up once again. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Let me know what do you think will happen with the tariffs in the comment section down below. I'm actually really curious to hear your opinion and thoughts, so definitely let me know. Thank you so much for your support and watching, and I will see you soon in the next video. Have a wonderful day.